Hello everyone. My report is data analysis on the awareness and educational activities of Chinese opera song, 戏歌. My name is Yoon from Seungyon University. This report includes 3 parts. Part 1, Introduction. Part 2, Material and Methods. Part 3, Conclusion. Part 1, Introduction. Abstract. One of the reasons that 戏歌 singing methods and direction technicals are complicated is that they require Chinese opera song singing technicals. And the other reason is the necessity of reflecting Chinese traditional culture awareness. It is therefore recommended that 戏歌 education be sought by professional teachers in special educational institutions. Considering this point, this study concluded a survey of music major teachers at universities in China. These study questions were 7 in total, with the variables of teachers' awareness of 戏歌, teacher methods, availability of application methods in teachers' preferences, and value differentiation for the purpose of determining if there was a correlation between them. In the results, there was an opinion that 戏歌 teaching methods should include a consideration of the value of traditional arts. It was revealed that the more preference 戏歌 teachers have, the higher the value differentiation. In the context, 6 of the 7 in this context, 6 of the 7 hypotheses were accepted, while a single hypothesis regarding the relationship between teachers' teaching methods and value differentiation was rejected. This means that teachers could struggle to coordinate many factories of singing methods of plays to create 戏歌. This finding may be significant in the field of traditional music teaching. Additionality through frequency analysis. Besides, on the survey of teachers' best date, we found that higher teaching backgrounds of teachers and their age made them accept 戏歌 more. The most effective charges for passing on 戏歌 are television and internet broadcasting. 1.1 Background. Continuous converging of music culture into modern society in China corrected emerging from of art 戏歌, which combines vocal music and play. 戏歌 is a convergence of play and song, artistic correction, and it is an artistic embodiment of Chinese play and the modern singing style, which style is being developed because it has the tones and melodies of play and the attractive mode of contemporary music. 戏歌 has several representative definitions, and 戏歌 use play music subject matter to create songs. It is constructed with a focus on play, which is different from general songs. That can be said that 戏歌 is a completed coordination of song and play, and has an encore style. Above all, 戏歌 must follow the rules of song creation. Unless it is a turn from a play, then it can't be 戏歌. Regarding this, the corrector of 戏歌 can make it shorter and more concise with subject matter and contact not want to play formalization. But 戏歌 can have a more active and vigorous mode and more easily understandable melodies, and it can be reached to the public in a more friendly manner. For this reason, 戏歌 is recharged as convergent art of play and music, or art beyond general arts. However, ultimately, 戏歌 can be cited as an inheritance of play and an innovation of song. The previous students on 戏歌 show that most of them are dissertations of vocal arts students. Most of the students researched 戏歌 when they were in master's degree, and it made them focus on 戏歌 singing style without considering music, sociology, or music pedagogy. Most research topics were focused on their own expressions of music activities, and the analysis subject were just 1 or 2 arts. Research topics and subject are duplicated in many papers, and many of them have already been studied in previous students. This study is to complement the insufficient part of previous studies to continue studying music education. As 戏歌 has drawn increasing attention in China, many people are coming to the fore in terms of regional society and education. This study independent professional educators awareness education methods, and preference for Xige through theory and data analysis. It also indicates more specific Xige education methods, the creation of quarterly Xige work, and traditional culture decision. 1.3 Study subject. In this study, 300 questionnaires were distributed to professional vocal music teachers of the Music Conservatory in China. 269 of them were recovered. With the answers, the questionnaires include 15 items regarding Xige for exploring the method of cessation of Xige with the measurements of preference. A study mode was established through multiple data analysis. 1.4 Study question. First, how did instructors choose Xige for teaching students? How did they learn and understand Xige? Second, is it the reason for teachers to like Xige and teach a vocal music genre Xige that they know traditional play and Xige? In the third question, do the above reasons have a direct impact on students' choice of knowledge and their educational outcome? 2. Materials and methods. At present, we can see the trend in China that this Garen Xige is more popular than before. However, its education should be designed for better cessation by professional educators due to its high standards for singing ability and various style of play music. Xige's already high teaching conditions attract university introducts to Xige education as main teachers. Xige educators' understanding of traditional play culture and their preference and awareness of Xige have a direct impact on education quality. As a result, this study investigated the preferences and awareness of music college music instructors in China regarding the teaching of Xige in the field of music education. 2.1 Summary design. The summary consisted of 9 questions, including the first part of 4 basic questions about professional information such as age, gender, and education backgrounds. As part of the second part of the questions, they ask 5 questions about their experiences and methods of educating Xige and how they would like to know Xige. The 5 questions are: 1. The teacher's awareness of the range of Xige. 2. Their understanding degree of teaching methods of Xige. 3. Their availability of converging play factors into general popular music. 4. Their preferences on Xige and play. 5. Their understanding level of value differentiation between Xige and play. The summary examines whatever the subject capable of doing Xige education activities, as well as the state of Xige education at the time of the summary. 2.2 Model and study hypothesis. The data analysis model is intuitive, and the hypothetical questions are used to check the truth of the impact of the next pass. 1. Xige will be more preferred by introducts as they become more aware of its range. 2. The higher life of introducts. Understanding of Xige teaching methods will increase their preferences for Xige. 3. Introductors' better understanding of the methods of incorporating Xige into popular music will increase their preference for Xige. 4. The 4 introducts are aware of know about Xige. They are to recognize its value differential. 5. The high level of introductors' understanding of Xige teaching methods will increase the possibility of their acceptance of Xige's value. 6. If introducts can leverage the Xige application methods, the possibility of acceptance of Xige's differentiated value will increase. 7. It is more likely that introducts will accept Xige's value differentiation if their preferences are higher. Part 2. Materials and methods. This picture is study model 2.3.1. This is a readability analysis.
For assessing the reliability of the study hypotheses, this study analyzed the data with Cronbach alpha coefficient, which has often been used in the field of social science.
This is very good. 2.3.2 Exploratory factor analysis.
For securing the accuracy and reliability of the survey results, this study used KMO and Bartlett's test method.
This part, it means
using the main component analysis method, a factor loading matrix was designed. With factor analysis, key variables and correlation degree with each factor were analyzed. For the more clear naming of each main factor, a Varimax rotation was used to perform an orthogonal rotation into the factor loading matrix. When selecting measurement items, the value of factor loading was set with the standard of holding and deleting data, and it was classified as a factor loading of below 0.5.
Of below 0.5. 2.3.3 for recurrency analysis.
In this anonymous survey, based on reliability and discrimination, demographic variables including gender had been designed. According to the survey result, the answer results of a 10 to 20-year teaching career were summed up to 56, 13% the highest rate. In this regard, the rate of females was 62.83% and the rate of males was 37.17%. As for the highest level of education, the master's degree was relatively high at 66.17%. In major elective course distribution, the genre of teaching, music, the traditional folk style of singing occupied 78.07%. In terms of competent music genre, it was identified that more than 50% selected C competent for both. For the degree of identifying Xige, more than 30% selected A capable of singing 1 to 2 songs. Besides, for the choice of Xige in the class or performance, more than 60% selected no, and the rate of selecting yes was 39.78%.
2.3.5 Descriptive statistics.
Usually, in descriptive statistics, the level of the index of each variable is measured by mean and standard deviation. The higher mean index that the mean level of the sample is high, and the degree of distribution in statistical groups shows the difference of the sample at the same index through standard deviation. This survey used 5-point Likert scale, and the answers consisted of 1 to 5 points, which meant that point 1 was not agree and point 5 was very agree. Thus, scores had higher agreement. If the mean is over 3, it reveals most subjects tend to agree. As shown in the table, it can be regarded that a higher score means the subject's agreement with the applicable item, and the detailed analysis on each item is in the next.
This is question. 2.3.6 Correlation.
Correlation analysis is a statistical method to analyze a correlation between two or more variables. The mark at the upper right of a correlation coefficient indicates that it has correlations, and the absence of the mark says that it has no correlations. Furthermore, if the coefficient is bigger than 0, it means that the two variables have static correlations, and if it is smaller than 0, it means that there are negative correlations between the two variables.
2.3.7 Structural equation analysis.
The result of multivariate analysis presents the above 7 hypotheses, and this analysis mainly analyzes the relations between functions. Concretely, it is used in the studies of social science, economic finance, psychology, and business administration, and these studies have diverse potential variables that cannot be observed directly, such as academic motivation, user satisfaction, etc. Since the 1980s, it has developed enough to sufficiently complement the flaws of previous statistical methods. Thus, this study confirmed path coefficients using the structural equation model SEM. Below are the test results of the last hypothesis. Only one hypothesis is not valid. The regression coefficient between teachers' understanding of the value differentiation of Xige and their understanding of the level of teaching methods was 0.079, and the p-value was over 0.05, which did not show their significant static correlation and brought to the rejection of the hypothesis.
Part 3 Conclusion. Firstly, these study results suggest that the more teaching career teachers have, the higher age they have, the greater acceptance they have of Chinese Xige. Moreover, we can see that as Xige is a traditional music genre in China, older teachers easily have had access to it from their young age for circumstances during their growth. So their awareness of Xige is the root of Chinese traditional folk music, so it is preferred that competent teachers of traditional singing methods teach Xige, and mainly female singing methods are used. In Chinese university, music instructors are asked to teach traditional singing methods and big-canto singing methods. The reason is that it is used for teaching students diverse vocal works and guiding more. Furthermore, students will be able to approximate more friendly through learning Xige songs written in teaching materials or through receiving an apprenticeship course from their family members who majored in traditional music. Therefore, it is necessary to improve the awareness of Xige singing methods by integrating Xige into the education curriculum. Secondly, the most effective way of spreading Xige is TV and internet broadcasting. In China, the terrestrial channels in the capital city and other regions have various music programs, and Xige teachers could have access to Xige via this route. Due to the development of various lines of interest of internet broadcasters and short-form video platforms, the rating of TV programs but popular video clips on online platforms can be broadcast again through terrestrial channels. Accordingly, it can be concluded that the diverse planting abilities of Eastern and Western music, which have been shown in broadcast music programs on terrestrial channels, have the same impact on Xige as well as vocal education for majoring in vocal music. Certainly, the value of traditional arts should be sought under the premise that students can understand Xige through Xige teaching methods. This can be connected to the fact that the most effective way of teaching is to teach time-variant typical. Xige can't be stipulated to one singing method, but it may be dangerous for teachers to create Xige by mixing play music singing methods on their own. So correcting Xige should be done best on traditional music singing methods. Lastly, the survey result pointed out that the higher performance of teachers lead them to have higher value differentiation on Xige. If a teacher prefers a special music genre, then it is natural that they research the genre and teach it to students. Through their music experiences, they will be able to provide quality music education and inherit the special music genre effectively. Therefore, 6 of 7 hypotheses in the study questions were adopted, but the hypothesis of the higher life of instructors' understanding of Xige's teaching methods will increase the possibility of their acceptance of Xige's value was rejected. This is because the convergent experiences of Xige can be sought as a teaching method, but due to the difficulty of understanding the value of Xige for some teachers, it is hard to see that there is immediate consequence between teaching method and value differentiation. Generally, teachers must understand the cognitive importance of traditional music focused on the content of the curriculum. It can be an interpretation with a concern that varies trace and efforts at traditional music. Teaching method could be important, but they could be distressing.